Now that it's spring, it's time to get my front porch put together with the help of the Home Depot. I can get everything I need delivered fast and free right to my front door. Or another option is you could always buy online and pick up in store. And I want to thank the Home Depot for sponsoring this video. Now, I have a lot of work to do on my front porch, and I would love to know what projects you're working on this spring. I'm going to start this project by removing the pots that I had on my front steps for the winter. Now, if you live in a harsh winter climate like I do, you know that you kind of have to prep your front porch every spring. And I have concrete up here, so I love to power wash if I can. I really needed a new power washer, so I ordered this one from the Home Depot. I ordered this DeWalt cold water electric pressure washer. It was delivered straight to my door, and if you don't know, the Home Depot has free delivery and flexible returns. Or you can even buy online and pick up in store. They even have same-day delivery on select items up till 4 p.m. I'm going to change out the nozzle to the fine tip one to try to remove some of the paint stains I have on my concrete. It's a great time to shop for any item that you need to get your home ready for spring. You can shop the Home Depot's Spring Black Friday 14 Days of Deals sale, and it's going on now through April 16th. My front door looks really bad, and because I have a black front door, I feel like all the dirt shows. So I'm gonna start by cleaning the door off just with some microfiber towels that I got. But for the glass, I like to use this Ecolab glass and multi-surface cleaner. You guys may be wondering why I have these two command hooks right here. I have found that since I got this door, it works best to have two command hooks to hold up my wreaths, and most of the time I have a wreath up here, which we're gonna put one on here in a minute. If you have glass like this, where you have a divider, try the two command hooks for your wreath. Now, I really feel like if I was to stop here, my front porch already looks so much cleaner, so much nicer, but of course, we gotta decorate. The front porch is dry, now we can start decorating. Now, I wanted a pretty large rug. This rug is a 4x6. Now, if you're looking for any of the products I'm showing you in today's video, I'm gonna put the QR code right here. This QR code, if you scan it, it's going to take you directly to all the products you're seeing. So I'm gonna be adding some planters, so that's gonna help to kind of smooth out the edges. So this 4x6 rug pretty much takes up most of my porch, but I was wanting more of an area rug look out here versus a smaller mat. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Now it's time for my favorite part, the planters. I found these at the Home Depot. I went with a brown color. I'm kind of going browns and neutrals because brown is very popular this year, but these are gonna be my larger planter, and they're really affordable. I'm always looking for easy ways to fill your planters. One of my favorite hacks that I've been using for years is to use a hanging planter. This looks gorgeous. They already put this together for me. You can just put them directly into your planters. Now you are going to have to put something at the bottom. So I found this planter, and I'm just going to take it, turn it upside down, and put it into my planter. This is going to be the perfect base. You may have something around your house that you could use as well. Next, I'm just going to remove the hanging part to this planter. And then you just take the hanging planter and put it into your pot. How perfect is that? Now we're gonna make another one in this planter. All right, so now I'm just gonna scooch these back on either side of my door. I did also pick up these planters. These are by the same brand as my brown planters. They're just a little bit smaller. So I am gonna be planting in these white planters, and I also got 2 of them. I'm usually pretty bad at remembering to wear gloves, but I immediately regret it after I get into dirt. So I'm gonna put on these gloves whenever I'm adding in the potting mix and just mixing in here. This is the Miracle-Gro potting mix. I like to use the Miracle-Gro because I feel like when I'm planting flowers, it helps to keep them lasting so much longer. So I'm just gonna fill the planter halfway full with the potting mix because I wanna show you a hack I use when planting. Whenever you're adding plants, you can mix all kinds of colors. I usually like to stick to a few colors. So for my front porch, I'm going with lavender, pink, and white. So I went to the Home Depot and I found some plants that were those colors. One of the hacks I like to do, I'm gonna show you guys, when your plant is in the planter, I like to take it out. So I'm gonna completely pull this plant out and I'm just gonna set it over here to the side. Now, since we filled this halfway full, I can put this pot right over here on the side. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with my next plant. I'm gonna pull it out and just set it over here, and then I'll place the container in. And I'll do the same with my third plant. I just realized I took off my gloves. I told you guys I'm really bad at wearing gloves. All right, so next I'm just going to fill in the dirt around the planters. So now what you're gonna do is you're just going to pull up and take one of your planters out and then take the plant and just sink it right in. So easy. Let me know if you guys have tried this hack. The next time you're cooking your rice and you start by washing your rice, do not throw out that water. You can use it as nutrients for your plants. Simply just fill a mason jar with that rice water and add it to your plants. Another tip is you want to fill your planters up with enough water. So what I like to do is I will water my plants, let the water go down, and then I'll water them again just to make sure they have enough water. So what wreath are we gonna put on the front door? I actually had a hard time picking. I was on the Home Depot's website and they had so many different ones to choose from. And I don't know about you guys, but I kind of struggle with buying a wreath online. So I decided to order 2. And these look completely different. I wanted them to have lavender colors because I knew my plants were gonna be in lavender. Now that I have both of them, they're both really pretty, but I feel like this one fits my style a little bit better. But I would love to know which one of these wreaths you guys would choose. Comment either A or B. Since the Home Depot has flexible returns, I know I'll be able to return this one. I feel like to dress this wreath up for spring, I want to add a ribbon. I found this one in my stash. Now, you could create a bow, but I just want to string this ribbon through my wreath. So I think this is going to be the top portion. So if I turn it around to the back, I'm just going to take my ribbon and place it through the greenery and the back of the wreath until it's about even. And then I'm just going to tie it up here. And one knot should be fine. So it should look like this. Okay, so now I'm going to pull the ribbon out and then I'm gonna string it through the front. Putting your ribbon on like this definitely gives a more modern look. I do wanna hang it up on my door and then I can determine how far down I wanna cut. So I want the ribbons to be kind of long. I'm just gonna cut them at an angle and sometimes I mess up, so I need to go back in. All right, let's try to make them about the same length. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now, I always like to add solar lights to my front porch. You can set these on your steps. You can also put them in planters. That's a really good look. These are a pack of 4 that I found at the Home Depot. So let me show you a DIY with these. So I'm gonna be using the top part of these solar lights. These solar lights are really nice. All you have to do is pull this out right here, and then you'll twist them back together. Instead of using the stakes, I want these solar lights to sit on my steps. So I picked up some terracotta pots at the Home Depot in 2 different sizes. So to attach them, I'm gonna add a little bit of E6000 to the bottom of my solar light, and then I will place it in the opening of the terracotta pot. Then I'm just gonna place them over here on the step. I'm gonna add 2 more to this side. Now, to get my entire front area in order, I needed to trim back my plants. I've had these plants now for several years, and in the spring, it's a great time to trim them back so that they have time to grow and look gorgeous in the spring and summer. Now, I used to dread pulling weeds, but I can even convince my kids to come out and pull weeds if I give them a tool like this. This is the Husky Garden Weeder. It's so easy to do. You just press this garden weeder down with your foot, and then you're gonna pull back. It's gonna pick up the weed, and then to get the weed out, you just use the little handle and press down. Now, if you want to add some solar lights to your landscaping, I have a great hack for you. So you're going to want to pick up a solar light at the Home Depot. You're also going to pick up these wood legs. Now, I got 6 for this project because I wanted to make 2 solar lights. So you're going to start by removing the screw that comes in those legs. So I removed all of the screws from the legs. Then I wanted to drill a hole in the center of the leg. So I found a drill bit that was the size of my solar light base, because what I want to do is thread these onto the solar light base. So I drilled a hole in the center of each of the legs. Next, I wanted to stain these. So I used a medium stain color. Now I'm only going to have 1 wood piece that's going to be at the top. So I added the stain to the top of that one and on the sides, and I wiped off any excess with a foam brush. Now for my other 2 pieces, I just stained around the outside area and then wiped off any excess. And I repeated this for all 6 of my legs. So I have 2 wood pieces where I did the top and the sides, and then 4 where I just did the sides. I let these dry completely, and then my next step is to add them to my solar lights. I really love these solar lights from the Home Depot. They're really substantial and pretty. So I'm gonna thread on my wood pieces. Now for some reason, these solar lights came with this little rubber piece, and I thought this is perfect to act as a stopper at the bottom of these wood pieces. So I put on 3 wood pieces on 1 solar light, and then I added on that little rubber piece to the bottom and then put on the stake. I created 2 solar lights that looked exactly alike, and then I added these to my flower beds outside. And here's how they look at night. Let me show you how to create your own personalized pavers. So you're gonna need 2 things for this project. You're going to need some Quikrete. You're also going to need a plant saucer. Now these come in a variety of sizes, so just pick up the size that works for you. Then you're going to mix up your Quikrete. This is really easy to do. You guys have seen me do this in so many different videos. So I had 2 Quikrete containers. One was almost out, so I used that to mix up my Quikrete. So you're going to fill it up about halfway full with Quikrete. Then you're just going to add water. So I'm going to mix the Quikrete and the water until it's a thick pudding consistency. Now, one of the hacks that I wanted to show you, whenever you're adding Quikrete to something and you're worried that maybe it's going to get stuck in that container, you can actually put cooking spray in that container to help pop that item out whenever it's hardened. So I'm gonna add cooking spray to my plant saucer. Next, I'm going to fill it with my Quikrete. So I will just dump it in there. A great way to level it out is just to kind of move your container side to side. You can also kind of lift it up up and drop it down, that's gonna really help to smooth out that container. The other cool thing about these plant saucers is they have a little bit of indentation on the bottom, and you wanna make sure that you get that completely full. So when you pop it a couple of times, that will get all that Quikrete to settle down into those indentions. If you wanna fill it a little bit more, just add some more Quikrete, mix it with water, and then add it to your plant saucer. I did this twice so that I would have 2 stones. Let this dry at least 4 hours, and then you're going to pop it out of your mold. What I love about this is the cool texture that it created on the back side. I wanted to bring out the features to that, so I painted both stones with a white sample paint that I had. And you really want to use a brush and quite a bit of paint because you're going to have some holes because you're working with that Quikrete, and you just want to make sure that you fill in all those holes and get as much of the white paint on there as possible. Then I wanted to add a fun color just to bring out that fun pattern. If you want it to look like a flower, you could also add a yellow color or a fun bright color to the center there. Now, because these are going to be sitting outside, you need to seal them. You can add a polyurethane over the top, and you want to do a nice thick layer. This is going to help protect your paint when it's sitting outside, and these are great to add into your garden beds. Let me know down in the comments what you're going to be working on this spring, and don't forget to shop the Home Depot for your outdoor must-haves.